I'm giving you one full year of cruise luxury knowledge in one video. No filler, no fake flex. Today, you'll see how a mega ship becomes a 2026 celebration palace. Full decor build, VIP flow, NYC cutaways, and the hidden systems that make it all feel effortless. At 9 a.m., Aurora 2026 doesn't look like a party yet. It looks like a floating city waking up. That's the first lesson. The best New Year magic is built in daylight because crews test lighting, power loads, and sight lines when the sun exposes every flaw. You'll feel the scale immediately. Long glass promenades, a towering atrium, and the top deck that's basically a rooftop district. No smoke, no blur, no filter tricks, just crisp, clean 4K realism so you can actually read the materials. Pearl white exterior, champagne gold trim, LED ribbon binds designed to glow at night but stay elegant in morning light. This is where the work begins, staging decor without blocking safety routes, keeping entrances clear, and setting up photo zones that won't choke crowd flow later. The atrium is the heart of the transformation, and it's not throw up some balloons. Big ships run decor like an event arena. Weight limits for hanging pieces, fire-safe materials, and placement that won't interfere with sprinklers, cameras, and evacuation lanes. You'll see a giant 2026 centerpiece rise in the middle, built to look massive from every balcony level because people film from above. The lighting here matters more than the decor itself. Warm gold tones flatter faces, while cooler accents keep the marble and glass from looking yellow on camera. Pattern interrupt. The most expensive decor isn't always the sculpture. It's the invisible rigging, safety anchors, and electrical planning that keep it stable when the ship moves and air currents shift through the atrium. Now we move toward the VIP decks because the second lesson of luxury is access control. The richest experience on a ship isn't always a bigger room. It's getting the best space at the best time with the least friction. You'll see how AURORA 2026 sets quiet routes that keep premium guests away from the busiest corridors, not to be rude, but to protect the vibe. Fewer lines, fewer collisions, fewer accidental camera moments. On the top deck, they stage view lanes like a concert venue, windbreak glass, lounge clusters, and deliberate gaps where cameras can capture the horizon without random heads blocking the frame. This is also where the crew tests sound and wind. Music has to feel powerful without rattling glass or turning into distortion in open air. The dining spaces get their own glow-up, and it's a masterclass in logistics. A gala room on a megaship can flip from breakfast brightness to black tie atmosphere without looking set-dressed because the finishes do the heavy lifting. Polished stone, warm woods, brushed metal, soft, indirect lighting. You'll see table layouts tested like a blueprint, server paths, camera paths, and the pause zones where guests naturally stop to film. Pattern interrupt. The most luxurious meal is often the simplest on paper because complicated dishes can collapse under volume and motion. Then comes the champagne tower rehearsal, one of the most filmed moments and one of the most controlled. It looks spontaneous, but it's engineered. Glass quality, tray stability, a pour angle that won't splash, and a platform that won't wobble if the ship rolls slightly. You'll see staff choreographed like a stage crew. Who holds, who pours, who watches for slip hazards, who resets quickly. This is where no wrong motion matters. In real premium service, hands are deliberate and calm because nervous movement reads cheap on camera. The goal isn't just safety, it's elegance. And yes, even the lighting is tested for sparkle. Too bright and the glass blows out. Too dim and the tower looks flat. Now we cut to New York because a global New Year mood is about energy as much as decor. A 9 a.m. NYC road sequence, sun on glass towers, big roadside screens, and fast city rhythm creates a contrast that makes the ship feel even more surreal. We're not copying brands, we're borrowing the feeling, scale, ambition, clean modern light. Back on AURORA 2026, those same principles show up in how the ship frames its signature photo spots. The best luxury visuals are designed like billboards, one clear subject, one strong background, and enough negative space that it looks expensive instead of cluttered. Here's the part most viewers love, the areas that feel like unlisted. On big ships, there are always spaces that aren't secret in a conspiracy way, just not advertised loudly because they're managed carefully. You'll see a corridor shift from busy to quiet in seconds. Then a door opens to a warmer glow, an invite-style lounge vibe that feels like a private club. No drama, no threats, no fake spy stuff, just atmosphere and access. The knowledge nugget is ships separate guest flow like airports do, main routes for volume and alternate routes for calm. That's how a megaship can host thousands and still make certain areas feel empty, quiet, and premium. Now we talk money, but in a practical way, not flashy. A New Year cruise doesn't become luxury because it's expensive. It becomes luxury because the ship sells layers, better views, quieter spaces, priority reservations, and curated moments. The hidden truth is the best experience is often time-based. Being early to a deck spot, having a reserved lounge window, or getting the first seating in a gala room can feel more valuable than square footage. That's why you'll notice staff doing constant micro-adjustments, moving a barrier, opening a lane, redirecting a line, because the real product is flow. If the ship feels smooth, it feels expensive. As the day builds toward night, the ship starts looking less like a venue and more like a world. The LED ribbons that looked subtle at 9 a.m. begin to matter. Warm interior lighting gets slightly deeper. The decor starts reading like cinema, not decoration. This is where global celebration becomes real. People on board bring different traditions, countdowns, toasts, music, yet the ship has to keep one unified mood. The knowledge nugget here is sound zoning. Ships often control where loud energy lives and where calm energy survives, so families, couples, and older guests can all enjoy the night without feeling trapped in one atmosphere. When midnight approaches, the best luxury isn't chaos, it's clarity. You'll see how VIP decks are staged to avoid crowd crush, clear entrances, clear exits, and staff positioned where they can help without looking like security. Fireworks vibes can be shown safely through reflections, skyline distance, and tasteful light bursts because the point is emotion, not danger. And the ship's most important job at midnight is stability, not just physically with stabilizers and navigation, but emotionally, keeping guests feeling safe, guided, and excited. That's why the best crews look calm, even when everything is timed to the second. The final sweep is a full AURORA 2026 Palace Tour payoff. Atrium centerpiece glowing, dining hall perfected, VIP deck framed for the best view, and those NYC cuts reminding you this is a global moment, not just a ship party. You'll leave with real takeaways, how decor is installed safely, why lighting tests happen in daylight, how crowd flow shapes luxury, and why access systems beat flashy objects. If you're 30 or 80, the feeling is the same. This is what premium experiences look like when they're built with discipline, not noise. And here's the cliffhanger. There's a VIP access ladder on ships like this, 3 levels of movement that decide who gets the quiet route, the best view, and the unlisted lounge. In the next video, I'll map that ladder in a way anyone can understand, what's actually included, what's just marketing, and the one upgrade that quietly beats even the fanciest suite. If you want that breakdown, subscribe, because the most expensive part of luxury isn't what you see, it's what you're allowed to enter.